Ntar kok Apek. Ah, kok ada Masika di sini? Tidak ada suaranya Masika. Kemana ini?
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Oke, gua cobain main Genshin pakai controller. Hahaha, hehehe. Kita mau ngapain? Oh ya tadi mau nganuin Abang Nopal. Mau ngedate sama Abang Nopal. Hmm, how to ngedate sama Abang Nopal. Aduh, cerita Court of Fountain. Ya, rasain world quest dulu. Ntar aku bisa teleportnya kan ke atas. Wait, let me check my performance. Genshin audio. I think it's fine.
Pilih stage lagi.
Everything is good. Everything is awesome.
Miko. Kokomi.
Hah? Kenapa Miko dan Kokomi?
Ya Miko, Kokomi. Let's go.
Oh lu ini ya yang gelut ya?
Hmm. Waduh, duh. Apaan nih? Wah, ini harusnya gue bawa Noel aja ya.
Ah, udah ya.
Aduh.
Hari-hari panas. Udah berapa kali gue bilang hari-hari panas?
Ya, kalau yang kemarin scene yang apa? Nutupin es itu adem liatnya. Yang asli nutupin pintu itu.
Iya.
Adem liatnya.
Cool it. Kalau kata si Keia. Gue boleh ngeram di kulkas.
Kenapa tantang lagi? Nah, box.
Next.
Kenapa ditantang lagi?
Gelutnya terus. I don't care. Blah blah blah.
It's been a while since we last saw Neverlet. Paimon wonders what he's been up to. Paimon has so many questions about his true identity. Let's go talk to him and find out.
Senjatanya
Yeah.
ada di
Fuck
Hutao.
around and find out.
Senjatanya ada di Hutao.
If
Paksa
you
aku
never
pakai
fuck
Yaimiko
around, you
lagi.
never find out. Oh, apa nih TCG? Selesaikan persyaratan untuk membuka. Mode pertarungan panas bala bantuan.
Hahaha. Aku saja tidak pakai TCG lagi.
Okay. Let's go fuck around and
I had
find
to keep
out.
an eye on the deployment of guards at all times.
Why?
Aduh. Aduh.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neverlet, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
Huh?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
Neverlet! Sedih! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Orang lagi rapat asal-asal
Traveler
masuk
and
ya.
Paimon, please help me talk our Chief
Emang
Justice
kita
out
tuh
of
nggak
this.
ada harga
He
dirinya
wants
aja.
to investigate a case on his own. Now,
Ada
this
sopan
is
santun.
completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective? Hmm?
Aku bisa kenalin sama detektif jagoan.
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans.
Udah keluar lagi.
Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
Huh?
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Bapak sayang Melusin.
Judging from Sedin's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain
ini
past events.
Air.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Ayolah.
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit
Halo,
those
Mustak
memories and
55.
collect my thoughts.
Asia,
Long story short, a
Asia.
little more than 400 years ago,
Asia,
I
apa
became the
itu?
Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and
Sunglah.
capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin,
Hyperbloom.
leader of the Special
Hyperbloom.
Security and Surveillance
Wah,
Patrol.
senang nih gol gua
They
Hyperbloom.
must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you!
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to
Oh,
protect them.
ini toh.
What do you mean?
The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled.
Jesu.
From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society.
Aduh,
I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol,
Aduh,
asked
duh.
me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special
Excuse
bond
me.
with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me.
Aduh, duh, duh.
Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I
Hindi.
have nothing
Udah.
against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Marechaussee Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's
Jangan.
going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high
Aduh, duh,
chance
duh.
that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political
kok
system of
mati?
Fontaine is relatively
Ada.
complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about
Gini
my
gua
true
bawa
identity,
si ini
and
aja.
have even met others of
Dan.
my kind in other nations.
Dan.
Hmm.
Set.
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here.
Oh,
That is
sampai
why I call myself an
2000.
outsider, a fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not
Okay.
sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Bentar.
Oh,
Raidennya gua
Paimon's
harus
starting to get a little
bawa dia
embarrassed.
dulu.
You've
Just leave
done
it to
nothing,
us.
Paimon. I'm
I will
doing
write
the
my note of
hard job.
absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done.
Paimon, 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 Paimon.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, wah.
So Neverlet feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective on a lot of things.
Oke.
Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
Luka masa lampau.
Paimon's been
Oh,
thinking.
ini kemana?
You called
Putri
yourself a
Gal.
fish out of
Putri.
water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your
Putri
suggestion.
Galata.
I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Let's go lagi.
That sounds
Kenapa
kind of
ini
weird.
lagi?
Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Dasar Paimon.
Kenapa lagi? Ya di sini di event ini aja banyak masalah. Iya. Raidenku belum pakai senjata yang aslinya karena lagi dipinjam Hutau. Ayo kita ganti senjata dulu.
Raiden dan Hutau. Sepertinya kombinasi yang buruk.
Enggak, ini senjatanya. Senjatanya gue tuker dulu.
Makanya. Raiden dan Hutau. Kan gue jadi mikir ya. Sepertinya
Nggak enak
kombinasi-
itu dia. Paling Raiden jadi support aja, ngejepret-nyepret aja.
Sepertinya kombinasi yang sangat buruk.
Betul sekali.
HP-nya udah pada tipis. Terus kena overload. Ah, udahlah. Udah ada bye-bye.
Let's go. Aku mau main Mobile Legends cuman tidak ada teman.
Ntar Mobile Legends aku masih lawan bot.
Unlimited time.
Iya nah.
Mau ini Mobile Legends
Rasain.
gara-gara kalian doang. Dan gua nginstalnya di PC. Main pakai controller.
Iya.
Tutup.
Mana? Kena lu.
Seneng banget gue lagu Fountain tuh asik tuh.
The weather's amazing today.
Kayak fantasi apa sih?
Kiara,
Game-game
Kayak fantasi
RPG-an.
medieval gimana ya? Orkestranya kerasa banget,
And you
kerasa
are?
nonton orkestra.
Oh, I remember. You're the traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Ih, lucu banget.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for the
Ano dia?
compliment. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sedih that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter. Oh, right. I remember now. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play
Lagi.
hide and seek. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter and that I could be in danger. But that's not going to happen with everyone looking
Ooh.
after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
Akhirnya 2000 juga. Duh,
Ah, did you think of
ini
something?
koko. Nah, kan
Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like
Akhirnya.
that.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see.
tuh
Found it.
enak nih Raiden tinggal nyebret-nyebret.
Hmm.
Enak nih kalau Raiden ada nih.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the
Si
Maréchaussée Phantom,
Emak-emak
I
yang
will come and catch you
introvert.
in person.
Aduh,
Don't say I didn't warn you.
kok
A
mama
simple
bang ya?
threat.
Kan
Neither
dia
the
sudah punya anak.
handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone
Apa nih?
suspicious,
Apa
I will
maksudnya?
be heading back to the Palais Marmonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Oke.
Sure. Wait, no.
Dia hilang.
I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
Kenapa tiba-tiba?
Going off on your own could be dangerous.
Kenapa tiba-tiba nge-trigger? Ini gua lagi
We'll stay with Kiara and
bertanding.
make sure she's
Hey.
safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget
Aduh, duh,
about
duh.
it. Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Big sis Paimon. Paimanone-chan.
Oh.
Oh.
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong.
Paimonone-chan.
All right, let us
Ya?
go our separate ways for now.
Hai Chan,
Please take care of
apa
Kiara.
itu? Aduh,
Dipanggil sama Melusin Paimonone-chan.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around.
segitu.
Big sis Paimon.
So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2...
Tahu tuh jalan.
I can't remember. But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol
Please,
and Novelette. That must have been a
2000.
long time ago.
Please 2000. Aduh.
Carol? Didn't Novelette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh. Paimon sees. Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Aduh. Ngapain ngeluarin rudal?
Oh, someone's
Strange. Paimon felt like
Aduh.
someone was following us. Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two?
Tahu.
Hello.
They're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so.
Let's go.
What brings you here? All right. Guess I shouldn't have asked.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
Lucu banget sih.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Novelette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
Oh.
Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see their residual
banget
stains
yang
for
ini.
some time. Pretty cool, huh?
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat?
Oh.
Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you
Akhirnya.
as my model. Is that
2000.
okay with you?
Astaga.
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Jadi Raiden.
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Seems like they get along really well. What are
Gue
you
mau
looking
pakai
at?
tahu gue belum jadi soalnya. Entah
Is
ya.
there really someone watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
Ih. Kamu ngapain di sini? Aduh.
Of course it's you. Of course it's you.
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Gotcha!
Di sini.
Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening
Ah
letter.
dia.
But you don't seem like the type
Aduh,
to...
Raidenku.
Threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned. I only wanted to follow Monsieur Nouvelette and request an interview with him.
Oh.
You want to interview him?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know.
Iya, jadi
Interviewing
elemen
him is
beku.
every journalist's dream.
Kuku.
But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session.
Okay.
So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today.
Ayo,
It
pedang
seemed like
boba.
you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think?
Kelar kali. Oh, halo.
Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my
Keras
principles.
sekali.
I'll never publish an article
Ya
without the
Allah.
consent of all parties involved.
Salahan nih gue
We're
bawa di
doing
loop
a secret
sini.
investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
Elemen semua.
I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
Ah,
All right then.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melazine?
Shh, not so loud.
It just so happens
dia
that I
keluar
did an
mulu dah.
interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her? I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Apa nih?
Why?
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvrelet's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines. So, anyway, I'll get going now.
Well, that was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
1000.
You shouldn't
Bisa.
go here. Oke.
Mending
Loh, kok ada chlorine?
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
Oh,
I think it's great.
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Haran, what are you doing here?
chlorine?
It seems like you just
Spiral
showed up
gimana?
out of
Aduh,
nowhere.
spiral.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you.
Oh, belum
Technically
spiral
speaking,
ya.
he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Wah.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
Let's go, Mr. Neuvillette. Where are you? Above? Oh. Wait. Do I need to go up again?
Oke. Kan?
Look at Cookie Shinobu Humpty Dumpty.
Aduh.
The Humpty Dumpty is so Humpty Dumpty.
Wait.
Cookie Shinobu sure now.
Jahat.
how to
Dulu saya harus pergi dulu. Aduh, lama lagi.
say
Ulunnya.
Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, you're back.
Yep.
Is everything all right?
Not really.
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
Sip.
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
You read through them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking
Pak
through the
2000.
ones piled up on the desk,
1000.
but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Cari yang lain lagi. Yang ketiga nih.
Apa?
Tangan ketiga ini sesekali yang satunya.
Dewa Perwakilan mengajukan diri untuk bekerja sama dengan Melusin. Bentar.
Nah, yang satu lagi apa nih?
Belum menjawab, namun pihak mereka juga tidak melanggar. Channel suap besar di
Wah, ini lumayan nih. Material lu tahu banyak kali.
apa Pasukan patrol khusus telah menyelidiki kasusnya. Semua tersangka sudah ditahan.
Oh, kira bapak ngomongnya di situ. Itu kan.
Hah?
Ini si ini NPC gua di belah mana? Dia nunjuk nolehnya ke situ gitu. Kan bingung kan.
Terdakwa Ryotsuke telah mengaku dan diputuskan bersalah oleh
Yang kedua itu belum keluar ya, yang ini. Cerita yang keduanya.
Benteng untuk menyelesaikan masalah hukumnya. Ketika sidang berlangsung berdiam untuk waktu yang lama.
Bagus cuy.
Kasus penyelundupan. Guard dan Melissa hantam.
Tidak. Ini apa? Dialognya tidak ini.
Dijatuhkan hukuman.
Lama kali. Ya nggak apa-apa, nggak usah ngomong. Kita langsung saja. Ini juga si travelernya apa sih harus harus ngeladenin kata-kata dia gitu.
Ditutup terdakwa tidak
apa nih?
Mengajukan
Aduh, jangan bilang kita harus nyari yang beda-beda gitu.
Tidak menjatuhkan putusan dan lanjutkan.
Bentar, kasih gimana nih?
Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful.
Itu di mana?
There's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
Tadi 2 deket
I would
ya.
love to answer that question,
Kasih
but the
yang
truth
di
is
Mondstadt
I've
gitu.
Never made a
Gila.
precise calculation myself. If memory
Jauh
serves me
kali
right,
loh.
there should be at least
Makasih loh.
100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a chief justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine.
Gimana?
There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right, let
Harusnya
us take a
main.
break then.
Oke. Wah,
Oh,
itu
kenapa
dulu.
tuh? Minum.
Mana lagi?
Udara lagi panas nih, Bang. Minum, Bang. Nanti degradasi.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People
Belian
rarely
ya.
come
Siapa
to the
itu?
Palais Memmonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we
Oke,
should do.
sekarang
Would you like to have some
ini
drinks,
deh.
perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you!
Oke, 1.
Paimon wonders what Novelette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
Itu yang mana?
He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like
Itu yang
you.
mana?
What's inside these glasses? It
Ah,
looks just
dapat.
like water.
Oke,
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
ini 3 udah nih kayaknya. Udah kan ini 3. 1 lagi ya.
Paimon bingung.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more
Ini sebenarnya
sophisticated.
tempat-tempatnya berbahaya
This
semua
water
ya.
is
Kenapa
indeed
dijadiin
very special.
event untuk
It
lomba
would not be an
lukisan gitu?
overstatement to call it sophisticated.
Paimon bingung.
I believe you
Buset.
already tried Fonta. In
Mau
fact, there are
bagaimana
many
mau
other drink
ini,
factories
gitu.
in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water.
Wih.
Said water is sourced from all
Lihatlah.
across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liu's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest
Sal.
products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
Cuman air biasa. Bedanya apa?
If I were to
Angin,
comment
air.
on a mouthfeel, the
Dia
waters of
boleh
Cider
buat-
Lake warm the heart.
Buat traveler
The waters
balik-balik
of Chintsa
air.
village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid.
Cari lukisan.
Distinct differences exist
Kenapa
between the waters of
Taruhnya
each
tuh di
area.
atas gitu.
You will
Tau nggak sih,
appreciate their
maksudnya?
intricacies
Entahlah.
once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
Males tuh ganti-ganti jadi venti, jadi ini gitu. Bisa tidak, nggak usah.
What do you think?
It's just water.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all.
Aduh.
Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable.
Oke, satu.
It seems like you still have a long way to
Itu
go in
gimana?
refining your tastes.
Gimana pula?
This has
Ini
nothing to do with
Nggak usah
refining
nggak?
our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference.
itu
How did
situ
you do
bukan
it
sih?
anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
Oh ini.
We are allowed to bring that up, right?
Pokoknya tepat,
Since
tapi
no one else is
kayak bukan.
around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human
Kayak dua.
society?
Tinggal yang ini. Oh ini air nih. Harusnya sini nih.
Sorry, Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that had
Dua.
perplexed me.
Chan, halo halo.
Questions?
Welcome
Are there
welcome.
really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that
apalagi nih?
puzzles me the most concerns my own existence.
Serius nih.
In essence,
Ini empat
I
kali.
neither know why I was born
Wah.
in this form, nor do I
Bentar lagi
understand
di
where
gue
my long
penuh
life
nih.
should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The
Siapa
primordial
Kaprin
sea, for
dulu?
example.
Oh.
I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am
Benar dong.
unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Kira tuh 3 tuh 4, satu lukisan. Nyata
Perhaps the elemental
3
dragons
beneran.
of other nations
Ya
may have some
elah.
form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose
Kece nggak
an
bang?
unpredictable
Gua nunggu
risk.
Furina aja.
True. Some of them have
Sepertinya
very
saya akan lewatkan.
Ayo, tim
Walaupun
gajah
personalities too.
masalahnya
I have
kemarin
been
PT
holding
saya
on to
jadi
these unanswered
naik.
questions for a
Tiba-tiba
long
dapet
time.
tahu kan. Laluan.
But there is one thing I've discovered along the way.
Soalnya
My
gue
emotions
ngincer
easily
jalan
resonate
di
with
airnya
those of
itu loh.
others. Even I don't have the
Kayak
slightest
nggak
idea what they
dapet
mean.
susah.
My guess
Bruce
would
Lee
be
kan
that
harus
there are at
ninju-ninju
least
dulu.
some
Kalau
similarities
Furina kan
between
tinggal
humans and
jalan-jalan, asik
myself.
kan.
By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of
Ini
my
yang mana nih?
existence.
Have you made any progress
Furina,
there?
aku suka ininya pet-petnya Furina yang bisa disimpan.
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage
Kan
in
dia
meaningful
skillnya-
interactions with others
iya.
are few and far
Dia
between.
kan
Aku tidak lihat leaknya.
skillnya ngesamen pet. Kalau versi hitam petnya ada 3. Kebalik, lupa gua. Pokoknya yang satu petnya 3, tiga-tiganya nyerang. Yang satunya lagi petnya 1 nge-heal.
Itu jangan bilang petnya itu yang bekas pas diserang sama Arcelino itu ya.
Apa kucing itu anjir? Kucing biasa itu doang anjir.
Yang itu kan.
Bukan.
That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat.
Ada
Such
kepiting,
opportunities
ada
are rare.
kuda laut, terus sama apa satu lagi?
Alas,
ya?
time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Makhluk air semua ya.
Iya. Terus yang nge-heal kayak
Dugong.
kuda
Yang
laut
dugong.
raksasa. Lupa gua. Pokoknya ada 3 aja yang kecil-kecilnya.
Minta robot Kabutonya bang.
Continue
Hah?
reading these
Kabuto.
documents. Paimon's
Siapa?
getting dizzy already.
Gue
I
bingung
wasn't
nih.
able to
Robot
find any
Kabuto.
leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we
Robot
were on the
Kabuto?
topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Do you mean...
Ini aja nih.
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters
Nah,
converge.
itu
It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Harus nyamain tuh.
Not think of
Udah
that.
ngeselin nih.
Come on, let's go take a look.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of
Nah,
Lucine
itu
during the
pohon
evening.
kuningnya di situ.
Yang bikin pusing tuh pas lu puter ternyata titik satunya di kiri banget, titik satunya lagi di kanan banget.
Iya, makanya ini nutup apa fungsinya? Apa fungsinya gitu? Itu tuh yang buat Askenurio kurang 9. Waduh, udah mau masuk sini.
Oh, ini iya dari kemarin teman gue juga nyariin itu anjir kumbang
Buat itu,
buat
buat
nge-scan
si
yang-
ora-ora,
Iya,
si ora-ora,
buat
si ini
nge-scan si Rusli.
Bang Rusli. Bentar, itu di mana emang? Gua nggak tahu.
Ini
di tempat.
di map baru yang kebuka kemarin.
What?
Di sekitar situ areanya. Oh iya kan gue mau ke sana.
Di mana kiri?
Di atas.
Nggak, bukan ini gue lagi ini lukisan. Di atas yang ini, yang
Yang area-area yang
Cube.
baru yang yang ada apa gue bilang ya? Gelatinous cube. Ya.
tempatnya di situ.
Yes.
Waduh.
Area-area situ tersebar kok di mana-mana.
Hari ini kan tangganya di sini. Kok nggak mau trigger.
Kok mau nyolong bunga buat Nahida? Oh iya, aku mau ini.
Nah kan kalau mau masuk.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Astaga.
Bentar, suara
Tadi harus nyempil ini susah kali.
I probably
Yang
shouldn't
9 ya.
disturb them.
Bentar. Saya lagi event dulu sih.
Looks like we got lucky today.
Ini event
There's
sampai
hardly
tanggal
anyone
30 ya.
Gak tau.
Tanggal
what should we
30
do
sih
next?
oke sih gua kejar sih.
Oh, Traveler,
Bisa sih gua
can you still hear the voices from
pelan-pelan.
the fountain?
Yang bahaya nih Onkai nih. Onkai gue belum
Perhaps
semuanya tuh yang
leave
si
the
Topaz.
investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe
Gimana lagi tuh?
distance? Neverland, what exactly are you?
Buset ini lama-lama kita lukis tiba-tiba di fonten aja.
Oh, what's going?
Anjir. Padahal ini kan monster sama Liwe kan.
Iya.
Ya makin pojok aja. Nah, tadi ini ya berarti. Aduh, tempatnya si ini lagi. Di monster buat tanah itu.
Kemana ini? Loh. Kok hitam? Kayak tentara.
Tadi Yep. Nah, ininya di mana? Oh ini. Ya Allah. Dah. Sekarang kita menuju tantangan kedua. 3 maksudnya.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Ini apa lagi?
The court of
Jembatan
Fontaine is
kecil.
truly incredible.
Mana itu?
There's so many
Aduh.
things I've never
Itu
seen
dong.
or heard before.
I understand your excitement,
Ah.
but there's no need to thank me.
Nih. Ini bisa sih
Although
gue
I have responded to
lanjut
your
cerita
wishes,
dulu aja
it was
daripada
not
ini.
without personal interest. Melusine's special sight
Gatel
make
gue.
them
Semua
especially
game
suited
banyak
for
sekali di
joining the
sini.
Maréchaussée
20 dengan
Phantom.
20.
I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I know,
Apaan?
but I'm really glad to be of help.
Saya sudah 5.000.
Not only can I repay you for
5.000
your
ya?
kindness,
Iya.
but
6.000.
also, it feels like my life has become a
Aduh.
lot more meaningful.
Kenapa ada
But a
pelangi
meaningful
gitu? Emang ada
life
ya?
Also comes
Lagi
with
di
its
sini.
risks.
Bentar, ini
It's definitely the
berarti.
safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really
Please lah.
understood the purpose of my existence.
Ini terkadang
Or what I'm
ganggu tapi pas
capable of
kesini
contributing to this world.
nggak dapat gitu.
For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers.
Dia bilang
That's why we
apa
wanted to
tembok
leave
Kasdaha
our
juga
village
nih,
and
Jen.
look for the meaning of our
Jangan.
existence
Itu
elsewhere.
agak ini apa namanya? Agak bagus untuk dilukis
I
gitu
understand your
tempatnya.
confusion. In fact, I feel
Enggak
the
ya?
same way. I too
Bilang
came
di
here for an answer to
kita
my
harus
questions
manjat-manjat
about
lagi.
my own
Lama gue bawa
existence.
Kirara aja nih
Really?
daripada
Could you tell
capek-capek
us what we should do to fit in as you
manjat-manjat.
did?
Tapi sekarang Kirara pakai stamina.
The truth is,
Berapa dong?
many people threw rocks
ada
at us
Patrick di
today
bawah.
and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the
Gimana?
head. And I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different
Gila,
species
Yelan.
attempt to
Lan,
peacefully
lan, lan.
coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all
Aduh,
contribute to
ini
strengthening
yang
the
mana ya?
barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I
Tadi
haven't
tuh
fully
yang
integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I
kelihatan
am
banget
still an
ininya.
outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then.
Jatuh.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any
Di
trouble,
tangga.
I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh?
Oh ini.
Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any
Ah.
concerns?
That stone-faced human.
Lagi.
He didn't
Banyak
even
kali
bother
yang
to look at me when I tried
Iya.
talking to him.
beneran
It felt
ngejelajain
like he
gue.
wasn't interested in anything but work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the
Teleport
future,
sini.
so please try to get along.
Wah,
Yes, because of the human.
tapi kalau Furina ini tar, killernya bagus nggak sih
Bang,
Furina?
kok main game lu tiap datang nanya kok main game kartun, kok main game kartun. Ah.
Yang di sebelah apa dah?
Ini orang tiap datang tiap nongol di chat gua, "Bang, kok main game kartun?" Lama-lama muak juga sih ya dengar pertanyaan itu.
Kayak saya tuh. Itu game apa bang ya?
Hello. Can
Kata
I help
sepuh
with
kan
anything?
Thanks, but no need.
belin gitu.
Oh,
Apa lu
Ah,
mau
itunya-
gua main Baldur Gate? Elah,
Itu di mana? Oh ini. Astaga itu. Bentuknya nggak jelas loh. Serius.
Limousine.
Kira
Is
apa?
there anything you need help with?
Get away from here!
Kayak
I'm
satu
calling
lagi.
the guards.
Satu lagi.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause
Lagi.
any harm.
Hard to say.
Ada sih nanti abis ini kalau misalnya
We should probably stay
udah
away from
kelar
these
semua nih
monsters.
eventnya,
Haven't you realized? Strange
kita mainin
incidents have been
bebas
increasing ever
habisin
since
resin.
they
Sok
came.
silakan ada yang mau masuk
Why should we
silakan
trust
nanti.
this species
Mau
from
habisin
who
dulu nih
knows where
event-eventnya.
anyway? I can't believe Nervilat allowed them
Yo,
into the court
sambil
of
gua barengan
Bontaine just like
habisin
that.
resin lah.
gua nggak
Exactly.
bosan main
The
game
so-called
kartun.
Chief Justice
Kontennya
even grants them
banyak ya.
official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well.
Kamu
Gimana ya?
pikir
Swear, there's
saya
some
sudah
hidden agenda
habisin
at play here.
konten-konten di game ini? Belum, makanya balik lagi saya. Kalau udah habis, udah. Gak akan gua live-live begini beneran. Nggak apa-apa, nggak apa-apa. Gamenya seru.
Enggak.
Gamenya
Ini
seru.
sok sore-sore sih, jadi bingung saya.
Go away! Quit acting
Oh.
innocent!
Bayangin.
I'm
Makhluk.
not leaving. I won't let you say bad
Kamu
stuff
sapa
about him.
aku i ayang
Lucu
i.
begini.
Kok jadi kok serem gua anjir jadinya. Enggak.
Hah? Kenapa? Ada apa tuh di
Kamu
sebelah?
sengaja ya? Sengaja nih. kamu sapa aku tapi namanya tuh Ayang gitu. Jadi serem saya.
Bang, sebut nama aku dong ya. Bang, pilih EPF apa ML?
Ayo ML.
Tuh, ada tuh yang main ML tuh.
Gak sih, gue itu gara-gara
gua datang push rank aja.
dia datang. Dia datang. Orangnya datang.
Aku pilih Apek.
Dia datang.
We joined the
Langsung
Mori
di
show
ini
Save
lagi.
Phantom and solved
Langsung di mute lagi.
lots of cases. We've never done anything
Langsung di
wrong.
mute lagi dia.
Solving cases?
Ntar Pak, saya cooldown
But
batuk mulu
Nervilet
Pak.
in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know.
Gue lagi
So tell
kelarin
me,
event
How
bahkan
can
nih.
you
Aduh.
guarantee that you Melazines aren't
Sering nih.
involved in anything
Mumpung
that
lagi
occurred
random.
recently?
Udah epic Pak. Emang bisa.
Aku juga udah epic.
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good
Minimal
talker.
kagak salah Grandmaster.
Aside from spreading
Biar bisa
unjustified
satu
rumors,
tingkat
if you
gitu.
continue
Lupa lagi.
insulting members of the Mare Shosei Phantom,
Hari ini bener
the
sih.
Special
Bang,
Security
aku
and
pecinta
Surveillance
anime
Patrol
ya.
has every
Bang,
right
aku
to
pecinta
subject you to
anime.
interrogation.
Iya,
There have indeed been an
Betul.
increase in cases recently, perhaps due
Anime
to the shifting
kartun.
currents of conspiracy. And I
belum dapat
understand your
Navia,
concern.
belum stop
However,
saya main begini.
There's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side.
Oke.
Nervilet's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Oke.
I don't know. How you coexist with a cow? That's a question for you.
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't
Ntar
anyone
gue jadi
believe us?
penasaran.
There have
Kita
been
cek juga yuk
rumors
lagi.
saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you.
Oh,
There
Bapak
are
Lixo.
countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible
Lihat
for you to become a part of this
melusin-melusin
society.
Apa kamu tidak?
Best if you give up before it's too
Oh,
late.
Abang pencinta Fury. Awas aja Anda.
Gak gitu.
Monsieur Neuvillette
Gak
said that we
gitu.
needed to put both time and effort in.
Ini suka gitu.
I don't
Mereka
know
itu
how long
siput,
it'll take,
bukan
but I can at
makhluk
least
berbulu.
try
Kamu
making my best
pencinta
effort.
Fury. Terus tiba-tiba ini apa si Juin
Sulit-
keluar.
sulit
Si
enggak?
Juin si istri aku. Ngomong kamu.
I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to
Waktunya
everyone.
lawan
Give
bulu
it to me.
Yaku.
You're
Dia
not
main
gonna
Monster Hunter Rise,
take
ayo.
them away.
Apaan Rise?
We'll hand them out together.
Aku belum nemu lagi
The faster we get this done,
latihan.
the sooner we can head back.
Kayaknya rare banget ya ketemunya.
Kayak
Kayak
tempat-tempat
Ratian
yang
emang agak rare deh. Atau level lu kurang.
Enggak, aku pernah ketemu.
Iya maksudnya nggak tahu gue sistemnya gimana, tapi kalau emang ada sistem level kemungkinan makin
Ngikutin level kita sih, jadi
Iya,
semakin
ngikutin
level kita tinggi,
apa,
bintangnya
makin
juga
tinggi.
makin tinggi. Tapi
tinggi.
ada
Makin
chance
tinggi
juga
level
itu.
lu, nanti chance-nya makin gede untuk ketemu. Bang, aku suka ibu.
Hah?
Bang, aku suka ibu temenku. Hah.
Ih. Kamu belum dengar temen aku udah
Monsieur
nikah.
Neuvillette, what's
Padahal dia
this?
udah gak jadi ibunya lagi.
Medals of Peace,
Hmm?
awarded to you
bingung
and
kan?
Vautrin.
Saya juga bingung.
Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one
Aduh,
small
ini di
step
mana di
forward in
tempatnya?
helping Melazines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that.
Dia bilang ini.
We wouldn't have made it this far without you.
Oh iya dong.
It won't be long
Yuk,
before Melazines
sampai harus
begin
muter-
living peacefully with the humans.
Muter-muter anjir.
Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your
Okay.
hopes up. We've barely
Terakhir.
scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
Bentar, ini terakhir Bu.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood.
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans
Wah.
have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident
nih.
could undermine the hard work you
Tinggal
put
yang ini.
in. Please be on your
ayolah.
guard for the next few days.
Sampai 2000
Yes,
kan
sir.
sekolah.
Okay, got it.
Oh.
Baru kita lanjut story-nya lagi. Oh iya, ayo
Bang,
boku-boku
lo
nih.
lagi
Medal of
pacaran
Peace?
sama
Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Are you sure we should do
Lagi
this?
update or
Nah,
We're no match for Nervalette, even with all our
mulai
powers
ngadi-ngadi nih.
combined.
Mulai
What
ngadi-ngadi.
if-
Pertanyaan kamu tuh aneh-aneh ya.
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's
Nopal,
no chance
gue udah
he'd take
punya
us out
pacar, Pak.
personally.
Tuh,
There are rules even he must
dengarkan.
comply with in the
Aku
political
jomblo.
sphere.
Oh enggak, aku
Unless he
punya
wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the
Bentar lagi gua dimarahin
Melusines as
nih
the
pasti.
person who brought them to the court of
kamu live lagi.
Fontaine, Nervalette will be left with no excuse.
Kenapa gue pakai
I guess
karakter
you're
itu
right.
lagi?
Ugh, if he just left things the way they
No,
were,
no,
it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Tar. Apakah harus gue bawa play aja?
Kamu suka nasi enggak? Enggak, aku suka kadal.
Melusines can't be trusted. That goes for Nervalette too.
Kayaknya bapak dapat.
Chatnya luar biasa kreatif ya pertanyaan.
What a joke.
Saya sampai sakit.
Get out of the
sakit
court of
kepala.
Fontaine and don't ever come back.
Tadi kemana? Belakang.
Ini aja gue aja baru dapat satu tadi. Kamu sapa aku namanya Ayang. Oh jangan ibu negara saya nggak lihat, lihat.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her.
Halo, ya Miko ku jadi.
They incited
Gue
panic
bakal
among the
AFK
people in
gaming
order to
main
make
ya.
Monsieur Nervalette
Tinggal lempar-lemparin
confess
pakai
to his
pole aja.
mistakes and yield up power.
Oi,
The guards were
soyo.
stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll
Aduh, Jagras.
chose to
Hai,
sacrifice
Lixo.
herself to
Bagaimana
pacify the
kabarmu?
situation.
Harimu baik-baik saja, senang, sedih, ceria,
And she
ceria.
called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards.
Aku butuh lawan
Miss
parut.
Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Nervalette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol.
Bang, kamu suka babi
I had
panggang
a little
nggak?
sister named
Gimana ini,
Amanda
Bang?
who passed away when I was very young.
Bagaimana, Mi? Yang sudah pernah melihat babi panggang?
She's just like Carol in every possible
Nggak
way.
lihat.
Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception
Banyak,
and
Man.
betrayal.
Dekat masjid
From the
di
moment I met
seberang
Carol,
sebelah
I
kiri
knew
kirinya
that
lagi
she
ada
was gonna
babi
be
gulung,
by
Man.
others.
Babi guling.
Gue mungkin karena waktu itu masih kecil ya di Balinya.
To giving up.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Kemana-mana sama bapak sih, jadi bapak gua
Termasuk
tempat
apa?
yang
Must have
aman.
rubbed off on me
Termasuk
instead.
warteg juga gitu.
Because
Yang
I too
lah
began
ada
working
warteg
towards
muslim.
that
Sebelah
pie
lagi
in the sky dream
kalau
of
warteg
hers.
ada yang
I
porknya
should
gitu.
have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Nervalette. They even
Kira
avoided
kelar.
causing trouble for me. They were after
Sisanya
me
ya
all
apa di
along.
jalan-jalan gede
You
tentu saja
understand
bar
how
semua
I
itu.
feel.
Banyak
Now, there's
gue
only
lihat
one
yang
thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt
itu
be
masih banyak
repaid.
lah, walaupun banyak yang
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Nervalette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a
Udah dong.
secret. Give
Ya,
me the
udah
list
cerita
of
doang.
suspects. What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you.
Mana
I will take responsibility for everything.
Kira cerita lagi.
Aduh. What is this?
Mr. New Villain, there's some kind of problem. The problem you don't like to hear, Mr. New Villain. Someone will die.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out?
Why?
Shh, keep it down. Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Nervilet's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Nervilet's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Nervilet's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Nervilet will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Kuku.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
He's innocent!
Kawanmu anime.
Order!
Yan.
Bang,
I
kawanmu
acknowledge
anime
your
bukan.
arguments.
Gimana, Man?
Vautrin,
Saya
your
anime.
revenge could be seen as a form of
Coba.
justice. I
Aku sih
understand
bukan
your
anime
decision,
ya.
which is why I
Aku
cannot help
kartun.
but feel regret and even grief
Oke, itu
about the
sama
judgment
saja.
I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law.
Oh, itu.
Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
That can't be! Monsieur Nervilet, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Tentu
Vautrin,
saja.
my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why
Tarcong
can't you
yun
just
kata
let me
satu
off?
perguruan sama siapa?
Is this
Di Fontaine.
what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the
Ini
charges
si Mika
against
ini
Mr. Vautrin.
karakter penting gak sih? Kayak karakter sampingan
According to
sekali.
the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Oh. Mr. New Villain.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Oh no.
This all
Ini
happened
bukan
because of
Zini.
Carol's
Bukan
naive
Zi, siapa
ideas.
namanya?
How can different species
Karakternya
peacefully
kayaknya
coexist
tuh-
anyway?
Yang Evangelion tuh suaranya sama.
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me.
Masih bingung kenapa orang-orang
I
berpikir
tried my
Fenty
best
itu
to
cowok
suppress
ya.
the power of Hydra within myself, but
Fenty itu
it
cewek ya
seems like it
maksudnya.
still caused the
Aduh.
emotions within the fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Are you alright?
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time
Ayo,
we
siapa
came
yang mau
here, the
duluan?
Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine.
Tadi poinnya barang
No
dua ya.
emotions boiling over or anything.
It is as you said. This might be because I am
Bang,
different.
kawanmu ada YouTube-nya nggak?
It is
Ada.
not only
Ntar.
the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine.
Wait,
Rivers,
how do I do
lakes,
this?
and even the rain.
I forgot how to do things. Wait, jadi
Gamenya nggak terlalu berat ya Pak. Coba Baldur's Gate. Anda Windows, Anda ini. Wah.
Ya.
Anjir.
Betul. Wait, let
Ini
me...
sebenarnya berat juga sih, Sa.
Lagi live juga orangnya. Genshin juga.
Sebenarnya random sih. Cuman
Yeah.
lagi Genshin.
Let
Ngejar
me...
event saya. Wow, telinga sama ekornya asli tidak sih? Lembut sekali. Congyu. Congyu.
Awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this.
Kyun bilang
Emotions
mereka
carried
ini
by water are always
tidak pernah
chaotic
ngelihat
and disconnected. As an outsider,
gitu.
having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience. Which
Xiao
ones?
ngapain sih? Udah ikutan aja. Dasar emang sundere sekali.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence,
tadi-
but perhaps it is a
apa sih?
good thing that you saw everything in that form.
Yeah.
You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These
Wow.
two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
Wah, halo Lixo, kamu di sini
Nah,
ternyata.
itu.
Kenapa tidak?
Itu orangnya tuh. Selamat. Berbicara dengan
Janganlah. Lagi tidak bisa diajak.
Then let us
Saya
get back
lagi
to
nggak
the
ngudeng
point.
kalau diajak bercanda.
While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
Oh, yang smuggling.
You've read about it. In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here? I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia.
Nice to see you again. Is
Ada
there something we can help with?
Aduh, sudah lama tidak ketemu neneng cantik ini.
I've heard some things.
Aduh.
But I'm not
Penyolahnya
purposely
Yuki On
asking
lagi.
around or anything. Don't worry.
Aduh, si manis, si cantik, aduh. Sudah lama tidak ketemu.
Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming
Jadi
against
malu aku.
Melusines, and that you're investigating the
Bang,
case.
kamu pasti pencinta anunya anime. Apa?
Gimana? Kamu jangan pindah ke channel
Nih.
orang, nambah masalah ya.
So I
Anunya.
told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar
Saya
faces
kan
showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately.
Penyefong.
Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Saya kan penyefong. Aduh.
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied
Ini
by
orang
the
jahat
traveler from
mulu.
afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
Oh.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread
Bang, kamu
faster than
rojat
I
yang suka sama
imagined.
paha kartun ya? Enggak, saya mah suka sama...
Kamu salah, kamu salah.
iya.
Balik sini.
Saya suka sama pahanya Tifa.
Wah,
Nah, kamu nggak tahu
wah.
Tifa kan? Nah, rahasia. Kamu tak tahu Tifa kan? Nah,
Siapa
nah
kamu?
itu saya
Sampo,
penyuka paha
rahasia-rahasiaan.
Tifa. Nah.
Kamu siapa? Sampo rahasia-rahasiaan.
You know, it could be because You attract more attention than you
Salah.
think.
Saya penyuka Tifa,
Anyway,
penyepong
any
Tifa.
progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in
Dipindah.
fact another plot behind all this.
Kayak pindah deh.
Gua ke toilet dulu. I'll be back.
Tuh, dia ke toilet dulu tuh. Wah. Bentar, lu ngapain di sini? Kalau datang keluar lagi jauh. Tumben gak galak sih Yao. Biasanya galak. Ini lagi.
Apa nih, Bang? Aku mau cinta anime juga. Ya. Ayo kita ntar deh. Gue lagi ke Genshin. Lagi serius nih. Nanti saya mau bertanya. Anime apa yang kamu suka tonton? Nah, kan gitu. Nonton anime apa nih sekarang nih? Sebetulnya gue udah lama gak nonton anime. Terakhir ya itu apa? Apa namanya? Mushoku Tensei ya.
Gue terakhir Naruto. Anjir. Itu zaman kapan?
Itu zaman kapan anjir?
Terakhir Naruto udah berhenti anjing.
We are planning to return to the Palais Moronia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
Yang atelier Raiza juga tuh.
Apa tuh Alus Ramusu itu?
Alus Ramusu.
Alright, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress.
Ini apa? Jadi
Bang, mau aku promosiin nggak YouTube-nya? Boleh,
Aduh.
silakan. Kalau enggak juga nggak jadi masalah. Gue di sini mah have fun aja.
Saya juga dong.
Boleh.
Enggak sih. Boleh.
Enggak juga nggak
Bebas sih gua
apa-apa.
juga.
Saya tidak mau menghabiskan waktu kalian yang berharga. Tapi kalau bisa, alhamdulillah ya, saya bersyukur sekali. Tidak ada pemaksaan.
Sama
Biar seru aja. Kalau rame kan seru.
Nah, kan biasanya suka
Wait for my word.
Nanti orang-orang aneh seperti kalian kan ada 5. Nah, gue tambah pusing tuh.
berantem tuh. Ayo,
Bang,
join and fight them.
Bang, apa abang suka apa abang pernah makan kadal kan? Pusing juga gua gimana jawabnya kan.
Wah, kenapa aku jadi berantem sama mereka?
Neverlet, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact,
Kenapa karakter gue yang nggak ditrialin? Yang 3 itu jadi trial gitu.
What is more
Kesal,
important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Gue juga ini YouTube kan ngasal anjir, nge-manage YouTube gue ngasal, yang penting live stream, yang penting ada update. Update juga nggak tiap hari, boro-boro tiap hari, tiap minggu juga enggak.
Did something happen?
Kayaknya gue juga sama.
Tiap minggu aja kagak gitu kan. Kalau lagi pengen main,
yang penting mah bikin outroke-outroke-nya doang.
This is 100% the truth.
Dari awal sampai tamat udah. Tapi kalau misalnya gamenya berbahaya, ya enggak. Think gue juga.
What?
That's it. Who's been threatening Melazines?
Ini kayak
Show
Genshin
yourself.
juga paling.
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and
Kelar-kelar
won't
doang.
easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We
Ini
can't
masih
just
yang ini,
stand by and
masih
watch.
yang Neufeld.
Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
Anjir, punya keistimewaan khusus. Guys ya, itu emang ngudek-ngudek makan doang itu.
It feels like you've been following me this whole
Itu
time.
ngudek-ngudek
Did
makan
something
doang
happen?
tau.
We were informed that. Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Bartender. Gue lupa Diona bartender.
Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about. Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals.
Ini Paimon dulu yang minum. Mending Paimon dulu yang minum.
Tiba-tiba jadi
I heard
rame.
even Nervulette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to
Kaki
shirk your
kodok.
duties if
Kaki
Nervulette
kodok.
wasn't
Oh,
involved?
kaki kodok.
Relax,
Campur
I was just
tomat.
playing. We've worked together for years now.
Campur slime
If
gitu.
something happened to
Gimana
them,
cara
I'd be haunted by regret for the rest
mikirnya
of my
itu
life.
gimana coba?
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been
Ini minum tiba-tiba karmanya Xiao keluar semua. Berubah ya monster anjir.
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Karmanya keluar semua.
Is it that Nervulette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mammonia.
Wisi langsung.
After we uncover the truth.
Langsung berbusa mulutnya anjir.
This gonna get messy. I always forget. This gonna make everything messy. This is too much. Dan sepertinya akan ada persidangan.
Objection.
Objection.
Wah.
Tentang ntar mana? Oh ini. Kasus suap, proposal Dewa Perwakilan, penyelundupan. Malah gua loncat.
Waduh, kok itu kayak
Hah?
Kayak kasus-kasus di
Di
negara
mana? Di
sebelah
mana?
ya?
Di mana? Coba tolong dijelaskan, saya tidak mengerti.
Enggak.
Kasus di mana tuh?
Saya takut deh.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée
Tadi kan
Phantom.
saya melawan
This is the
lambang
one.
banteng melawan
The
Pak.
list of involved suspects should be...
Ada stiker,
found
ada stiker siswin ya, gue baru lihat.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essan has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
Kamu kan tidak punya kekuatan spesial apa-apa, Paimon. Ya kamu tidak akan melihat itu.
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essan, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Dia adeptus, Pak. Makhluk yang berbeda dengan manusia gitu. Langit berbintang di malam itu harum. Oke, puisi ya.
We have
Pada malam
located the
itu kita
suspect.
masih
They're
muda.
chatting at the cafe. Huh? How did Navia find them so
Wah, ini
quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's
saat itu
name.
bintang-bintang mah
I too am
Yalah.
perplexed. The cafe
Menyuikan
isn't too far
semuanya di
from
bawah
here.
air,
We
tapi
should head
tetap
over
tidak
and
bisa
take a look.
menghindari tetesan air matamu yang jatuh ke air mata. Wah. Wah.
Wah, dark sekali. Wah.
But that's just standard.
Kadang orang menulis puisi sekedar untuk mengungkapkan isi hatinya.
Let's go to the cafe.
Wah, tapi di Honkai ini ya. Apa namanya?
Apa tuh?
Udah ada lognya gitu.
Log.
Jadi rekaman percakapannya ada loh.
Oh, log.
Log. Kok di Genshin tidak ada?
Kok di Genshin tidak ada? Ada sih sebenarnya, udah ada sekarang.
Ada.
Hey Navia, we're here!
Harus disetting kah?
Enggak.
Atau enggak keluarnya di 4.2 atau nanti selanjutnya.
Bentar. I know where. I'm just wait, let me.
Mau di mana? Gue nggak tahu dah.
Ntar gue lagi cutscene. Pokoknya di sebelah story quest kan ada opsi story quest tuh di bawah tuh. Di sebelahnya kan ada ikon kotak-kotak.
Iya.
Nah, recapnya di situ semua. Oh, that's a wrong account.
Wah, taruh puisinya di hulu air, oh ngapain?
Oke.
Jauh amat. Kan ini juga air ya di sini tuh sebelah. Kenapa harus jauh-jauh kali? Aduh, gue teleport. Seruduk babi.
Babi emang. Halo, Bapak baru lihat. Resiko tanggung sendiri gua.
Resiko apa?
Enggak, ini tadi ada yang datang. Hai. Wait. Let me.
Resiko tanggung sendiri.
Ya kan gue bilang kalau mau dipromosin silakan, kalau enggak apa-apa. Dia balas resiko tanggung sendiri.
Oh. Tiba 10 aja.
Aku sih tidak pernah lihat views ya. Baru lihat kalau udah kelar. Navia. Hehehe, ada neneng cantik.
Whoa.
Semua ini bekat saramu siau.
People. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom.
Aku nonton
They're
sama
usually
teman.
hidden in the Fleuve
Hai.
Cendra, but I sent for
Wah.
someone to invite them over.
Aduh, aku jadi terhura. Makasih lo udah dateng lo. Padahal gue cuma main
Invite
random
them
doang.
over.
Sama teman random juga.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Berangkat lagi.
It's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
Kenapa sedih begitu?
Oh kan? Rahasia Paimon, rahasia.
Something feels off.
Yeah.
But, oh well, let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essa here?
Yes, that's me.
Oh,
Ada sebelumnya di tim satunya lagi. Anjir, ini udah hampir kayak spell abis ya. Satu tim ya.
Yes, Monsieur Nervilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
So that's why.
I did, but I was just following orders.
Okay.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place.
Oh, pengintaian
Looks like you'll have to make the
aja.
trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later.
Sumpah,
You should find
Nuvilet ini,
Domenico first.
Nuvilet ini jiwa kebapaannya sangat kuat.
If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
Suami istri Nuvilet sama
Enggak, Navia punya saya. Jangan,
Oh.
jangan. Tidak boleh. Tidak boleh. Navia punya saya. Iya kan, Neng?
Alright then, let's head to the fortress right now.
Itu lucu sih kalau dia bilang iya, pas banget dialognya. Itu lucu sih kalau dialognya kayak gitu.
Lanjut.
Aku pakai 5 Mika. Wah, aku belum pernah pakai Mika nih.
Aduh, itu yang Navia marah-marahin Nuvilet itu, gue sedih banget itu. Jangan marahin bapak yang sangat baik hati ini.
Aku mau ke masa tendanya segera. Ini kalian nginep. Nginep di sini gitu. Wah,
Memcho.
saatnya mengumpulkan kayu. Pasti ada musuh. Nih.
Hai.
Ya.
Oh, kirain mau ketemu. Ini deh, Abang Rio.
Rio.
Abang Rusli.
Welcome to the fortress of
Where is kayu
Meropide,
lah?
dear
Belum nih.
esteemed
Oh, iya, ini
guests.
belum nih.
Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke
Oh, itu kah?
Guess we
Gua harus
made
ke
a
situ
name for
kah?
ourselves at this place.
And it's so hot.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there some...
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered. That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened?
Bini siapa nih? Oh, nggak ada orangnya.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here. Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her as we speak.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal? Writhsley. Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct? Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Traveler curang ya, timnya ada 5 loh.
5?
Ada 6. Tadi Yao, Paimon,
Oh,
Fiona.
watch your step. There's some pretty dark
Itu nomor
areas,
3
so
loh.
make sure you don't trip over anything.
Ya awal
Parah
aja
sekali.
berapa? Udah bertiga berempat.
Waduh, Noel kamu sendiri yang bikin tenda itu.
Bentar.
Hebat sekali.
Wait, is it here? Or is it the other ways? It is the other way, so wait. Still here. Yes. Terus berenang, terus berenang, terus kok nggak berenang?
Did Nervilette just walk by?
Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Semua orang bingung lihat Nebulette di penjara. Di fortress, bukan penjara.
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. Typical Sejuin. Concerned about everyone's health as always. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Okay.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Aku sih.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Susu saya ketiban bendera.
Gimana? Gimana? Tolong diulangi, aku tidak dengar. Ada-ada saja memang.
Anything you need?
Itu
This? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago.
Okay.
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation, but everyone treats each other like family.
Okay.
Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress.
Okay.
But people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
And who are you?
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president.
First president?
From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of
Bang,
those medals for
bang,
myself, though.
Ya.
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other.
Cara wanita
All of us have a lot of
menghina
respect for
wanita
him.
dengan jembatan.
Oke.
Dia bilang Oceanit lagi.
Interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
No.
If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
Dia Oceanit lagi
Dari
nih.
saling membantu dalam kesulitan, berusaha sekuat mungkin untuk menegakkan keadilan, jangan benci dengan persidangan yang adil. Ketiga pernyataan di atas adalah prinsip dari jaringan gotong royong. Oh, nama jaringannya jaringan gotong royong. Menyuruh semua orang untuk bergabung, tidak dipungut biaya dan tidak ada pemaksaan untuk ikut kegiatan. untuk melakukan semua yang bisa dilakukan, tidak hanya terbatas pada penyapu. Berarti semoga dia.
Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged.
Okay.
Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Nervalette.
I got a book. This is nice but suspicious. Nice but sus.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol in Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh! So the network was inspired by... Monsieur Nervilette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
I hope everything's okay.
Balik lagi lah.
Unless everything just stop, nothing will harm any Melusi ever again. I guess I'm
Ichi.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Isn't he?
Memangnya terbang bisa lelah juga.
Nervilette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Essin has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully
akhirnya Abah.
Well, I suspect that someone got me
Keluar si
locked up
Abah.
here so they could get their hands on my goods.
Akhirnya Fenty sama Zhongli nih.
And
Teman
then
lama
you decided to
bisa
take
ketemu.
revenge on the Melusines? Over that?
Karena dia dewa. Kamu tidak tahu aja Shinkyu. Kenapa dia pengetahuannya
Initial
banyak?
target was Nervilette.
Dia udah hidup beribu-ribu
Everyone in the
tahun.
forces of Meripede was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against them, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That
mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Kiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection, so I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Aku kamu
Yes.
hitung juga.
That's all I know.
Sijween, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
So long.
More than 400 years.
Ini semua karakter playable
You might be
sini
overthinking this.
ke festival semua, biar makin rame.
Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines,
Jadi
people
apa?
wouldn't just sit back and do nothing.
Kenapa harus kita
I
berlomba
trust that
kalau
they would
kayak
make
gini?
different choices from
Ujung-ujungnya
before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Dominico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties.
Senyum atuh Mas, ya
It
ampun.
isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've
Si
made
Bang
and
Nopal
searching
ini
for answers
muka
through my
lesu
judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
Pusli, Nopal.
There's no need to be
Siapa
so
lagi?
modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
Cerita
In that
puisi-puisi
case,
gini
I'll
gue
have to
bingung aja.
insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please,
Ini kayak
go ahead.
pantun-pantunan ya.
The first is about the
Up.
guard who helped Dominico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you
Balas-balas
speak.
pantun nih.
The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Mermonia's staff. However, as I mentioned
Karena
earlier, I visited today on personal business.
tipenya
Therefore,
bahasanya
I leave
lain,
that
jadi
matter in your
di
hands.
Indonesia jadi kayak nggak nyambung rimanya.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the mutual aid network. Is that right?
Yep. Neverland thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting
Wah,
on an
akhirnya ngomong kita.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice.
Yung di kayak yang di anime-anime orang yang di penonton kalau di anime sport tuh. Sepertinya ini sangat menarik.
Does anyone else have anything to say?
Atau nggak yang di TCG tuh. Wah, dia mengeluarkan itu.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Senyum atuh bang. Murung
Please,
gitu.
take care.
Mukanya.
Aku mukanya begini.
Template aku mukanya begini, yang nggak bisa senyum. Si Abang Nopal ini mukanya lesu aja. Sudut pandang baru.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think?
Pergi lagi Xiao.
Lah, kok jadi Nahida?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is
Lo ngomong.
every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you.
Apa?
And that's what makes
Travelernya
you who
ngomong
you are today.
tanpa gua kasih pilihan.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Wah.
Ah.
Wah.
Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Bukan manis tidak semanis Suster Barbara.
Waduh. Waduh. Kamu pemuja Barbara juga.
It's raining again.
Oh, yang ini ya, yang NPC ya.
Iya. Travel plans.
Gue baru inget dia kan nyampe ke sana itu.
Did you read the news this morning?
Dari
Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, Hydro
Dia percaya
Dragon,
diri sekali ya
don't
sini
cry!
Mika ini. Kompor aroma teh berembus. Langsung Bapak Rusli datang.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
Reanimate the monster.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Nervillette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over
Tidak
all
diperlukan
as
lagi
a
sebagai juri.
spokesperson for
Lu ngapain datang Jongli?
Monsieur Neuvillette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Lah, ada Chlorine sama Navia sama Charlotte.
Waduh. Berkumpul semua.
Iya.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusine should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
Hati sejeni mata air. Saya pernah dengar tuh.
At the Palais Marmonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her. Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
Yona,
I
ceritanya
was
gimana
worried
sih?
that the excess
Kayaknya
of protection
penting
would
di
make her
video.
feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief!
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Live streaming tiba-tiba ada 3 Power Ranger warnanya kuning, biru, merah.
I will consider it.
Power Ranger ini.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me,
Beneran kayak Power
I must
Ranger
head
kali
back
ya.
to the Palais and make sure to communicate to publicize our investigation
Merah,
results.
biru, kuning.
I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Ya anjir.
Iya ya. Jadi kayak Power Ranger beneran. Wah, lihat ini. Aduh. Ada saja. Bentar, itu kemana? Ke atas. Dan. Palace Wood dan Memoria.
Wah. Nih, kenapa main Shadowverse nih?
Dia bobo dia.
Masih kuat ya.
Aku lapar.
Dia datang lapar.
Kiara?
Aku malas masak.
Kuat lah.
Gak ada siapa-siapa.
Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
I need to
It's quite
order.
all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Gak tahu masih ada apa enggak.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big
Yang
Fist
segini biasanya
Paimon.
udah pada
Everyone's been so nice to me,
Ayam
so
sabana.
I've always felt really safe.
Gak ada
Do
sabana
you
yang
remember
deket.
Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think.
Salah.
I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I easily forget things. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now.
Huh?
Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, "Kiara, our dreams have finally come true." I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too? Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now? I promised to model for Alof.
What is this?
Of course.
Oh, panjang juga ya yang kedua.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
Paimon One-chan.
See you next time.
Yes. Bagian 2 kelar.
Rush.
Apa? Rush B. Rush E. Luka masa lampau sudah selesai. Awas.
Tunggu sampai jam 8, sampai jam 10 saya bisa jalan-jalan dulu sebentar.
Oh iya, ambillah. How do I claim?
Train your work.
Claim my thing. Ya panas begini udara rasanya pengen AC. Bersyukur adek gua dapat kosan yang punya AC. Kalau kemarin gua bilang ngapain beli ngambil kosan yang punya AC mahal. Sekarang
emang harus
langsung dia apa? Berlutut kau kalau mau masuk.
Maka kalau mau masuk harus berlutut minta AC.
Berterima kasih lah.
Oh iya, aku belum total assault, belum archive. Claim ini
Astra.
dulu.
Main.
Dan
Thank you for completing.
udahan main Genshinnya.
Rune
Aku
Craft.
mau
Satu
main.
cerita lagi, terus trim lah. Terus kita lanjut Insomen nanti malam.
Mantap, langsung gaspol ya Mas ya.
Ini langsung gaspol lah. Saya mau main kode fan nih.
Masih belum pada fit man.
Ya kan
2 lagi.
Karakter dulu, belum ini. Emang harus sendiri dulu kan?
Aku juga
Kagak salah bentar kok.
Main Baldur Gate.
Itu ya apa? Kebarengannya.
Oke, I'm gonna for a sec.
Oh iya. Mobile Legend.
Oke.
Mobile Legend.
Oke. Now,
A blade embraces
as
its duty,
the
as a
stream
jeweler
is over,
cherishes their
story is
gems.
over. So again, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thank you, Memcho and Lixo for coming. I'm really grateful. Really, I do. Wait, what is this?
Exactly.
Nope. Okay. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Goodbye.